All right, I made a short earlier talking about everyone's favorite subject in Modern Warfare 2, the Riot Shield. People love it or people hate it. I don't think there's much in between. But what the video is really about is the anti armor rounds and how I would like them to be useful against the Riot Shield. I think that would be an interesting counter, and I have seen the comments that have said the Riot Shield doesn't need a counter. It does what it's supposed to do. And sure, fine, it's a game. None of this really matters, but it tanks a rocket launcher that can take down a tank. Sure, you can get them with splash damage, and there are other ways to deal with riot shields. You can use Semtex. Drill charges sort of work, but I'm not 100% on that, as we'll see in this video here as I did the testing. C4 does not work. Claymores do not work. Rockets direct on do not work. Bullets direct on do not work. Armor-piercing rounds direct on do not work. Claymores do not work. Knives sort of work, but I didn't really get to keep that clip. But it's a very it comes in hand with what I'm going to add. Everyone says to use throwable lethals, which like 80% of the time will work. I mean, that's an estimate. But there are shield people who have some skill and have learnt when and can like time it out right to use throwing knives to be able to counter lethal attacks. And as you can see with the drill charge, my wife and I were doing the testing, and the second drill charge that was thrown there a minute ago, when she took off running, it didn't down her or anything. So drill charges are iffy. You can stick them, you can stun them, you can flash them, you can frag them. There's a lot of ways to deal with the shield. The video, the short that I made, which had like no explanation in it, it was just something I wanted to put out and get attention, and I wanted it to ruffle feathers and stuff. Let's just be honest. That's what gets attention on the internet. And so I would just like the anti armor rounds field upgrade that takes like a full 2 minutes in a match or whatever to charge and recharge to be useful against the riot shields. I have waited forever for the opportunity to be able to one on one someone while I had that field upgrade active that had the shield and be able to test it. And it does nothing. And the armor piercing rounds you can add as an attachment do nothing. And here is the counter that I have to using the throwables. Knives throw faster than anything else in the game. Even if you have the fast hands perk active, a shield bearer can throw a knife faster than you can throw a Semtex, Molotov, drill charge, thermite, anything that you can throw except a knife. They can throw it faster. You can throw a knife if you somehow managed it at exactly the same time. You could do a trade, but I don't see that ever happening realistically against a shield player in a match. In a controlled, quote unquote, testing environment like I had here, pressing the buttons as together as I possibly can with my human hands, I did manage to do a trade. But that's in a one on one, face to face, you can shoot them in the feet. There's a lot of ways, but there are shield bearers that have learned that they can throw knives at you and you can't counter them with a Semtex or anything. And they can crouch and then you can't shoot them in the feet. So I know that there are people, I know I have friends that say that the riot shield shouldn't even exist in the game because it's basically borderline cheating. I've heard more than one person say that. I'm not saying remove the shield. I don't care. I want the anti-armor rounds field upgrade to be viable against the shield. That's what I want. I want that field upgrade to have a purpose because nobody uses the drop wall or drop shield or whatever you call that thing, the armor panel field upgrade. No one uses that, so the armor piercing rounds aren't any good against that. And I don't think that you can take the armor piercing field upgrade into the DMZ. So you're better off to just load up armor piercing rounds as an attachment. And this is all I want. I want the armor piercing rounds field upgrade to do damage against a shield bearer in PvP. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't think that that's absolutely crazy or anything. It takes, like, again, like a full minute or two in a match to charge. Once you get downed using the field upgrade, then you don't have it anymore, and you have to wait another minute or two. It's just another little, and not even a great way, to counter shield people. And I personally would like to have it because I have ran into, at least in my skill-based level, a lot of shield players that are able to counter lethals with throwing knives. And it's annoying because it basically means there's no way to get them in a one-on-one. And people don't play as a team in Call of Duty. People don't play the objective. People don't play as a team. Some people play the objective. I mean, there are those people, but nobody typically in a random PvP plays as a team. So I would like the ability to be able to counter them because they have the ability to counter lethals. Make sense? Alright. Hope everyone is doing well. Sorry I'm delayed on all the channels, basically. That's just life stuff. Hope to catch you in the next video. Remember to be safe and be good. Oh, and thanks to my patron, Swift Logic. I didn't shout you out in the short this morning, and I apologize for that. So here's a double shout out. Hopefully that works. They're going up the same day anyway. That's it for this video. Again, hope to catch you in the next one.